Which one are we going to review? Well, it's going to be the last Sword Brethren in this video. We apologize for interrupting your regular scheduled Black Templars programming for a very, very special unboxing and review of a newly released Space Marine action figure. This is Sprues and Studs, and welcome on in. And yes, we are going to be interrupting the Black Templars line of reviews with this action figure that's supposed to have been released, I believe it was back in like December of 2022 or something like that. So it's been a full 2 to 3 months of delay on this action figure. And what action figure that I'm mentioning right now? Well, you already saw in the title anyways. It is the Space Marine TECHMARINE, and I've been looking forward to this release for obviously a very long time, and I just could not wait to review it. So I can't contain my excitement, and let's get to the review.
It is time to see what the machine god has bestowed upon us as the X-Acto blade refuses to cut. This is quite the sizable box. Wow. Unleashing the TECHMARINE. Finally, the blessings of the Omnissiah has been rained down upon us with the blessing of this TECHMARINE over here that we have long awaited for. Let's go. So this is going to be a little interesting because the backpack is actually attached to the arm over here, but we will soldier on. So let's just take a look at the TECHMARINE'S helmet, and this is a very unique helmet that we haven't seen in recent memory. This is obviously a Mark 10 armor, however there is a different kind of look over here with the supposed vents on the helmet, and you also do get a bunch of cool looking wires that are a lot more ornate and detailed compared to your regular Space Marine. And lo and behold, look, we have lenses with depth. Finally, JoyToy may have listened again. We have a nice undercoat of silver, and they overcoat it with a translucent green, which is fantastic. I really love this look. And progressing on with our pauldrons. These pauldrons are very interesting and unique, and this is basically denoting that this is a TECHMARINE right here. So you have this nice inverse play, the yin and yang, the black over here and the white here, and then it reverses on the other side. And as you flip this around, you do have the Ultramarines pauldron on this side as well. And we are going to look at this very ornate chest piece. It has a lot of hoses and wires going on with it. And then in the middle, denoting that this guy is definitely a TECHMARINE. You have also more wires that are going in and out of this area. And also, if you look at this torso area, it has very unique armor with a lot of different colored shading here as well. We're going to quickly flip in the back and take a look at what's going on. It looks like the backpack has a lot more hoses that are going into it. I've noticed that these hoses are not highlighted, which is not a big deal to me. And then we're going to flip this around again. We're going to be taking a look at the arm area in specific. So you have this skeletal bionic arm that's going on over here. And this bionic arm is highlighted and weathered exactly what you see in a Space Marine bolt gun. So you have this nice dark gunmetal color, and then it lightens up to a very bright silver. On this side over here, you have a bunch of instrument panels that go beyond the regular instrument panels that you see on perhaps like an Auspex wielding Space Marine. Let's take a peek at the belt area. The belt area has a very sizable pistol right here, and you can see there has been some highlighting that's going on. And flip this around too, and we also have more accessory pouches, except these accessory pouches have these little extra silver additions on the side. Let's just take a look at the legs, and it looks like the armor has been pretty heavily shaded red, and it looks like kind of the same very worn in white colored look that JoyToy is famous for. And we are looking at more of the same type of heavy weathering. And while we're at it, let's just take a look at the backpack, because it is attached to the main body of the Space Marine here. There's a hose from the arm that's attached to this backpack, and you can see this hose has a lot of decorations and is fairly ornate. Moving on to the backpack itself, you get to see a TECHMARINE logo front and center. And these are random other areas in which you can attach these, attachments to the back of it. And finally, you have what I'm going to say is another smaller servo claw. And this servo claw is the same color as the bolt rifles that you find. And once again, this servo claw has been highlighted. The main body has been reviewed. Let's just take a look at all the accessories that are behind us, starting off with this gigantic
gigantic omniscient power axe. So let's just look at the size of this power axe. It is way larger than the TECHMARINE itself, so I would estimate the total length of this thing in real life to probably be like 9 to 10 feet tall, which is absolutely insane. So this power axe is unlike any other power axe that we have seen in the JoyToy or the Space Marine lineup. You've got these wicked geared blades that are here. There is the back of the axe that mimics a wrench, and then you have this wicked spear type of attachment on the top of this thing. So you can tell a ton of detail has been put into this power axe, and I'm very, very impressed with it. Let's just take a look at the GRAV-PISTOL. I think this may or may not be the first time we've seen a GRAV-PISTOL in the Space Marine lineup, so this is of a very unique shape, and it's nice that you get to see, as I said before in my other videos, differentiation of color. So you've got the gunmetal on the ends of it, and then this black casing in the middle, and then with more gunmetal action in the center of this thing. So this is the bolt gun. It's a backpack mounted bolt gun, and it has some accessories that you normally would not find. It looks like it has some sort of like viewfinder that I'm guessing the TECHMARINE can access from his helmet, and this large gigantic magazine that hangs out the side of it. So this is a very, very mean looking bolt gun for sure. All right, this one actually does come with a, well, quote-unquote bare head, and this bare head is very ornate and has a lot of stuff going on with it. So taking a look at it, I would have to say that the screening on the eyes are a little bit weird because it looks like he's just staring off into space for some odd reason. But I do like this kind of Terminator kind of look over here. So you've got airbrushed spray that makes this bionic eye look like it's glowing, and there's a bunch of attachments like scopes and stuff that the TECHMARINE is supposed to have. So that's nice to see, and it's also very cool that this is very skeletal looking. And again, you've got the usual shading that's going on with the heavy ridges here. And last but not least is this gigantic servo arm with the plasma cutter and all this different other goodies that are going on with it. So this is again mounted on the backpack, as you will see later on, and there's a lot of articulation that's going on as well with it, so I will actually just show you right now. So it looks like you can actually rotate this around 360 degrees, and then this part you can actually move quite a lot back and forth. You can rotate this back and forth 180 degrees, and then you can also rotate this back and forth like this as well. And then with the claws of the servo arm, you can manipulate it back and forth, such as that, and manipulate this as well. The arm right here is not rotatable. So there's a lot of detail that's going on that I like. You also have the prominent gunmetal color for the servo claw. Okay, let's outfit this TECHMARINE so that he can start working on Land Raiders, Dreadnoughts, and various other heavy armories. First thing I'm gonna do, pop off the regular helmeted head. Pop, ball and socket, attach this one in. Hear that nice satisfying click. So the next thing we're going to do is to attach the backpack onto the back. It goes through in 2 pegs right here. It's secured. So one of the things that we have to do is upturn this area on the backpack, which is typically the vent area, so that the servo arm can attach. We're going to attach the bolt gun up top like that. Then move on to attaching the gigantic servo arm right here. We're going to have a nice menacing pose go on. And then for now, we are going to then have him wield his gigantic omniscient power axe. Oh, of note, I actually finally was able to fit the hand that's grabbing the GRAV-PISTOL into the socket here. And do you notice something? Look at this. He's wielding it properly. The index finger is comfortably wrapped around the trigger. Look at that. Finally, looks like JoyToy has listened after so many rantings and raving. And there we have it, fellow Space Marine members. The TECHMARINE is now fully reviewed, so let me wrap this one up.
Ah yes, the highly anticipated TECHMARINE. What does screws and studs, as I refer myself in the third person?
think of this action figure? Yes! Big yes. So the TECHMARINE is a very, very ornate looking space marine, and it is chock full of all the blessings of the Omnissiah and the machine spirit, as you can see over here. You're not going to find any kind of space marine that has this many accessories that are going on with it. You've got this unique power axe that you're, again, never going to find on any other space marine action figure. This is the first time we've seen the GRAV-PISTOL. You've got this backpack mounted bolter up here and this gigantic servo arm. There is so many things that are going on with this action figure that I really like. And the thing I actually like the most is the face itself. It's got the most characteristic unhelmeted Space Marine head with the bionic eye and all the different other stuff that's hanging off the side of it that screams all TECHMARINE and Machine God. So you already know what my verdict is. If you have an opportunity to get this action figure, you should. So once again, this is your Chapter Master Screws and Studs, and thank you so much for tuning in and day out. Or is it week in and week out? It doesn't really matter. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for your continued support and dropping those comments in the comments section. I love interacting with you all, so please, let's just have a nice open dialogue about these action figures, shall we? And with that being said, let's go back with our regular Black Templars programming. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.